Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Healthy Living Sessions, where we talk about more than just health and fitness. Now, one thing that happened to me 2 days ago, and I've been thinking about this, and actually happened to me as well yesterday, is the fact that I had been talking to somebody, and then don't hear anything for a while, and then all of a sudden they come back into my life, so to say. So, first one that happened 2 days ago was I had called this doctor for my job, commercial real estate, and left him a voicemail saying, hey, just want to talk to you about commercial real estate. I help people like yourself who own offices buy and sell offices, whether they're looking to expand or whether they're looking to sell what they have, maybe go to lease. You never know what the situation may be. But anyways, I left him a voicemail with that, and 2 weeks later he calls me back. Hey, got your voicemail. I want to talk to you for a minute. And turns out he's looking for something. Not immediately. He said, probably in the next 2 to 3 years they want to expand, but they would be open to buying some land right now and holding on to it to build later. And so it was just 2 weeks later. Hadn't called this guy again, hadn't left him a voicemail again, hadn't talked to him, didn't go by the office, nothing like that. And 2 weeks later, he contacts me. And the other example, before I go into the importance of this, the other example is yesterday I got a call from BMW. I used to do before I went into commercial real estate, as most of you probably know, I was doing programming as a contractor at BMW, and now I had interviewed back in May, so almost a year ago I had interviewed there, and they called me up yesterday wanting to talk to me about the position I had interviewed for. So a year later, but the last time I talked to them was 6 months ago. So 6 months goes by, didn't make any kind of communication with them, and all of a sudden they reach out to me. And the reason why I bring these two situations up is that life just takes time. No matter what you're doing, it takes time, especially sales. It's going to take time. And this is something I'm learning myself, obviously just getting into commercial real estate, still learning myself, but it is a huge and important thing to remember that life takes its time. It may seem like forever, but as long as you're staying busy, as long as you're getting things done, you're doing other things, you're gonna end up getting those calls back. Somebody's gonna eventually reach out to you. Yes, you might have to call 6, 7 times, whatever it may be, and that's up to you how often you want to call, especially with sales. But people are gonna get back to you. Same with relationships. When you first go to ask that guy or girl out, maybe they're not interested, but now that idea is out there, they understand that at least a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, a year, 2 years ago, you had some interest in them. And if, especially if they're around you, they know whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship. So if they start having feelings for you, start realizing, man, that guy or that girl, man, they're actually really nice. They're a really good person. I think they would be a good fit for me. And they'll start either hinting or actually bring it up in conversation and say, hey, I would like to actually go out on a date with you. You may, who knows how it's really going to go. Maybe, maybe they mention it, it might be sly how they do it. But still, because you put that filler out there, you let them know those intentions that you wanted to date them, you wanted that job, you want to help that person out. They know what you want. So because they know what you want, they can come back to you. And that's exactly how life is. We have to go try something. And once we keep trying, we all of a sudden start having those things come back to us in our life. And it's kind of like the car analogy. When you go get a rental car because your car's in the shop or whatever, you've never driven this car before, and all of a sudden you start seeing that car everywhere on the road. You're like, I've never seen this car before, or hardly ever see it. And all of a sudden you start seeing it everywhere because it's apparent in your life. And I think this is how life is. When you put out more of what you want, eventually it's going to come back to you. It might not come back to you that day, the next week. It might take 2 weeks. It might take 6 months. It might take a year. But eventually, what interest you put out will come back to you. And that's just how life is. So if you are struggling to get in shape, since this is Healthy Living Sessions, let's talk about that. If you're struggling to get in shape, you don't know what you're doing, start telling people. Start asking for help. Start trying to go to the gym. People are gonna notice. They're gonna try. They're gonna want to help if you go up and talk to them. I know so many people, guys and girls, that when you ask them a question about what they're doing and what that works out and just little questions, they're willing to help out. Maybe you don't want to go to a Gold's Gym. Maybe you want to go to a Platinum Fitness to start. That's okay. Go there. Talk with the trainer. But the more you try and put the word out that you're seeking after something, you're looking for something, you want something, the more it's going to come back to you in life. So if you're trying to get in better shape, let people know. Don't sit there and hold on to it, keep it in your head. Because the thing is, once you start letting people know, it's also going to hold you accountable. That's a huge thing as well, having accountability for it. But furthermore, just having those fillers out there, people are going to start realizing, especially when you talk about it over and over and over again, that you're serious. So make sure you're putting those fillers out there. Make sure you are letting people know your intentions, what you want to do, what you are doing, and eventually it's going to click. It might take them a while, but eventually it will click. Life is funny that way. Life is patient, and we often aren't, especially in a internet age that we're in. We can have everything instantly. We can have an answer from Google instantly. We can go YouTube something and figure out how to fix something. No problem. We can call up somebody and they'll be over in an hour to fix, a plumbing issue, electrical issue, whatever it might be. We can have something now. And that is the hardest thing when it comes to life. When it comes to wanting things that you want, it doesn't come as easily. Sometimes it does, but not all the time. So make sure that you're putting those fillers out there. You're telling people exactly what you want. You're going after those goals. You're constantly stating them. You're constantly writing them down. And I'm talking to myself when I say this because I struggle with this sometimes. I struggle with having the patience to do it. But once you get this going, once you start doing this, it's going to all start flowing in. So be ready because life's coming your way. Whatever it is you're going for, I hope you can get it. I hope you can get everything in life you desire because you deserve it. And have a healthy and blessed day. And go share this with somebody. Somebody needs to hear this that you know in your life. Share it with one person. Let them know you were thinking about them when you heard this. And tell them to have a good day as well. We all need that little pick-me-up because life is tough. Life is about patience, and sometimes our patience runs thin. So share it with a friend. Let them know that you're thinking about them. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Leave a review. And guys, once again, have a healthy and blessed day.